Hey y'all, how you doing? So tell me why. I was sitting here just thinking, like I was home by myself and stuff. So I'm just sitting here thinking about the good old days. Just sitting here thinking, and I'm like, I wonder how many other people got their ass beat when they was younger, and what was the youngest age or the oldest age that you got an ass whipping. That's what I was sitting here thinking about today. So I'm like, well, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and tell my story too, because I want to know, what is the oldest, tell me in the comments, what is the oldest age that your parents beat your ass? That's what I want to know. Okay, so this is how it happened with me. I was in 7th grade. I was in 7th grade, right? And we had this hallway, right? And we called it the dark hall. You know why we called it the dark hall. But I wasn't back there doing that. It wasn't me, I swear. But that was literally why they called it the dark hall. But anyway, so it was me and my best friend. I'll call her A. And then our friends, Mike and Josh, we was literally all just friends. It was never nothing like no relationships, nothing with any of us like that. We was literally all just best friends, always hanging together and all of that, right? So we had this thing, my class before lunch, right? I had science was the class that I had before lunch, right? And so lunch, I don't know the age demographics that watch me or will be watching me, but back in my day, in school we had something called the hot bar, where your parents, go put money on your ID card, and then on Monday they'll have hot wings. On Tuesday they'll have chili cheese fries, and Wednesday they had chicken tender, but the stuff you had to pay for and shit, So it was that's what everybody wanted, nobody really cared for regular school lunch, unless it was pizza or something real good. Everybody wanted the doggone hot bar. And so my class, like I said, I was in science class right before lunch. And the classroom, it was the cafeteria is way that way. And my science class is way this way. So my friends and I came up with this great idea because we had a problem. We've had a problem and we needed a solution. So the problem was, once we got to, because you couldn't take your book bags in the lunchroom. You had to go through the little hallway, drop your book bag there, and then go to the lunchroom and get in that long ass line. All right? Problem number 1 right there. And the biggest problem was, by the time we made it to the lunchroom, the line is so long, almost out the door. And as soon as you get up there, you're like, I want to get 2 things of the hot wings. Oh, we done ran out for the day. Excuse me? Say that again. That my bad ear. Say it in this one. You ran out for the day. Oh, when I tell you, it triggered me. You be hungry in school. You be hungry, that breakfast, it'd be all right. But, by the time lunch come, you hungry. You hungry. And you want something good to eat, And so that was like one of the first times that was in the initial problem and stuff, you know. And it got so bad to where it kept happening. Like, it kept happening. Like, I'd be running. Like, we literally be running to go drop them book bags off, to run to the lunch line. Problem was, everybody else was too, you know? So it was like, well, like, we have a problem. We need a solution, you know? Like, I'm hungry. I need a solution. So we came up with a solution. Like the smart people we were back then in 7th grade. So we all got together and decided to go on the dark hall instead of going to science class. And we cut class. We was on the dark hall. And all we had to do, once the bell rang, you know, you just gotta make sure you're standing in the corner right there. If an administrator walk by, they can't see you, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's ways, you know, you on the dark hall. They usually don't really come that way, you know? So, and then we on the dark hall, so we just had to drop our book bag, and we like, damn, third one in line, you know? Like, good, you know, we was eating good, you know, and we would do that at least, I say, at least on the days that they had hot wings and the chili cheese fries, because that was our favorites. Like, them shits, they was good. Like, we used to buy like 2-3 at a time. Like, them things was good. Like, when I tell you good, I mean good. So it was working for a little bit, for about, I say about 3 weeks. And the teacher caught on to what was going on, that we haven't been showing up for his class at least twice a week. And he knew that we was not absent, you know, like they caught on a little bit. And so what happened was, they found our little spot, right? They found our little spot, and the teacher, you know, no, this how we got caught the first time. It was like they was doing not a fire drill. It was like some shit they was doing where they was gonna lock down the school and everybody needed to be in the classroom type thing. Something like, I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was something like that. And so they was locking the doors, so we had to figure out a way to get in there, because they done had locked the doors by the time they made the announcement. And we there in the dark hall in the corner, you know. But at that time, right, so the dark hall, it had like the doors and then the windows at the bottom, and one of the windows was broken. We ain't do that. I ain't had nothing to do with that. I swear I didn't. And so we up there trying to get through the dang on window. And guess who walks by? The doggone assistant principal. Now, what the hell y'all got going on? So we get caught. We get suspended for like 2 days. That was just the first time. And then, like I said, we was doing this at least twice a week for like a few weeks, you know, like we was doing it. And then once they caught on to that first time, it was like they started checking, you know. It was like, but it was still like, that was the solution to my problem. Like, I was hungry, you know, and it was just like, I mean, that was the only solution we could come up with back then. And it was working until they had to go and fuck it up, you know. And so after getting suspended, like, I say about 3 times in 3 weeks, like back to back, the teacher the principal, she calls my dad. Cause my daddy, my mama knew about it. I mean, but my daddy, he was like, working all the time and stuff. So, but the bad thing about it was my principal was my fucking cousin. She made it even worse. And then she had the nerve to even lie. She exaggerated the shit out of the situation too. So she calls my dad and tell him about, like how much I'm getting suspended from school with A and stuff. But what she also said was that I had a little thing going on with Mike, which was totally not even true. Not true at all. We was literally just friends. But she told my daddy that. So she really messed it up. Like, she lied on me big time for that. She was wrong for that now. She ain't had to do me like that. I was just trying to get something to eat. So, unexpectedly, I come home from school one day, Come home from school. I thought my daddy was at work. So, I'm in the room chilling. I ain't even had time to prepare, like I could have, put on a couple pair of jeans, like put some jeans on or something. Like, I ain't had time to prepare. My mama ain't warned me or nothing. My daddy busts up in that room with that belt. And let me tell you, first of all, I got to tell you about the belt. Because like I said, I don't know the age range of, who watching my videos. But I know the people in the maybe 25s and ups. But for sure, the 30s and ups know what I'm talking about. You know that belt. That belt that you got to go to a specific store. You got to go to damn JCPenney and Sears and Belk to get that belt. You know what belt I'm talking about? That belt that they went out there and got straight off the cow's ass. That real leather belt. That belt. You know what belt I'm talking about. That belt. When I tell you, I'm up there laying, because I had a little bunk bed. So I'm just laying on the bed, chilling, legs, like feet kicking in the air like ain't nothing wrong, My daddy come in that room, boy. He said, "You been cutting class, huh? You been cutting class, huh?" My daddy took that down. He took that dang on the belt buckle, wrapped that mug around the hand. In your ass over. Bow. Bow. Good. About 4 times. It ain't been too drastic. It was about 4 times now. Baby, when I tell you I could not sit on my ass for the next week, my ass was sore as hell. I was like, oh, Lord. I'm like, and my mom ain't warned me, And the thing is, and then he had the nerve to go and tell the whole doggone neighborhood that he beat me. Like, what was the point of that, Dad? Why you had to tell her? You ain't had to embarrass me too. God, dog, I ain't get in trouble since that. You ain't had to embarrass me like that. He told the whole neighborhood, you know I had to beat her ass. You know I had to beat her ass. Told the whole, bragged to the whole neighborhood. I said, oh, hell. I'm up there, because I had to go on a doggone trip with the church. And one of the girls that I ain't really get along with at that time, but we cool now. Like, but back then, we ain't too much get along. She was like, that's why your daddy say he had beat your butt. Boy, I was mad. Boy, I was so mad with my daddy. I was so mad at my daddy, boy. I was mad. I'm like, nah, you ain't had to go and tell everybody that I got a beating and all that. Now, you ain't even had to do all that. It was not that serious. You ain't had to do all that now. That you did, you was doing too much. So after that, I ain't never cut class again. I turned in all my homework on time. I ain't like, if my mama cooked something I ain't like, I sat at that dinner table and I sat there and I ate every little bit of it. And I sat there and I had a little napkin in my lap, like a little good little girl. And I went in there and start playing with my little Barbie dolls. Ain't bothered nobody, ain't been in a lick of trouble since that day. Since that day. Like you can ask my daddy right now. Like, I have not been in trouble since that day. And I am in the 30 plus club. I ain't been in trouble since. Like, no, and it ain't happening. No, because I don't trust it. He probably still got that damn bill. Hell, I don't trust it. I ain't risking it. I'm good. I learned my lesson, Dad. I promise. I promise. But the thing is, for me, it was like, it wasn't my fault. I still don't feel like it was my fault. Because the only reason we was cutting class was because we was hungry. We literally was only cutting class to get in line so they wouldn't run out of food, so we could get something good to eat and not starve for the rest of the day. Am I wrong for, like, I actually want to know, like, because I could be biased with my opinion that I was not wrong for what I did, just trying to get in the lunch line, you know, to get some hot wings, some chili cheese fries, instead of some nasty, disgusting spaghetti or something that they threw on the plate that was cold. Am I wrong? Like, please let me know in the comments. Am I wrong? Let me know. I want to know. Like, I truly want to know. Let me know if I'm wrong. Please. And then also in the comments, I want to know, when was the last time, or what was the oldest age y'all got a beating, and what it was for. And did it change you? Like, did you ever get in trouble again after that whipping? Like, please tell me. Tell me. I need to know that it ain't just me. I need to know. I gotta know. But anyway, I just had to come on here and tell y'all that because it just ran through my mind. I'm like, I gotta know this. So, if you do like the little story time content, you know, like the video, let me know. I'll definitely do some more. And like I said, comment and answer my questions, because I really do want to know. I will read every last comment, because I'm doing a study. Like, I want to know. And definitely subscribe. And stuff. And we're trying to build our little community, and we'll talk about things, you know. Let me know. But alright, y'all. See you later.